Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm just going to be showing you guys so far my Losi 8T ready to run. So someone in the comments said make another video on this, so I thought it's time to anyway. So here it is, guys. Before I even go on, I've actually done a couple things to it, like such as this. Put a green body on it. I got a clear one from my hobby shop and I colored it green, and I think it looks freaking sick. I mean, it looks amazing. It's been through a couple of crashes, but I think it still looks really nice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. How the body looks, it looks very nice. It'll definitely look good during racing, which I am planning on taking this thing racing. Hopefully soon. Might be next time I go to the track. I might be doing it, but probably not. So here we are, Losi Nitro 8, good old Losi. So what do we have? What do I have for you guys today? Well, there's actually a couple things that I've actually done to it already. Like, I stiffened up the shocks. I put 60 weight in the front shocks, and it takes less time, or it takes more time for the shocks to compress. Same with the rear. These have 45 weight in them, just because I've ran out of 60 weight and 45 weight was all I had. There it is right there. So let's get on to the actual car. So pretty much all stock, so like the same 125cc fuel tank. It's very long lasting fuel tank. A lot of fuel that can go in there and you can last for a while. Nice exhaust. The exhaust really isn't that good though. It works, but it's not like, it doesn't get the most performance out of the engine as possible. But I might be getting another exhaust, but I'm going to be waiting for that on this one later, until this one busts up, because of this right here. This coupling system is just terrible, and it comes off all the time. Well, I've actually heard and seen people do that, and I've even had on my nitro buggy, it would do this all the time. So yeah. Carburetor is the same, air filter is the same. This is the same. Oh gosh, this thing is actually running out of oil a little bit, but this air filter hasn't been cleaned, and it's still looking good, because every time I ran this thing, it was wet outside, so it really wouldn't do a whole lot of. I really wasn't doing a whole lot of dirt stuff. 0.28 Dynamite RTR engine. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's a pretty good engine. Haven't actually fired it up in a few days, and I might actually do tomorrow, but I want to save some nitro for the track, just cause. But anyway, it's got a pull start on it, which some people might not like, but honestly I like pull start because it's honest. I mean, the reason why I like it is because, I mean, you don't have to have the bump box. I mean, I have a bump box obviously, so I know what it's like to have a bump box and all that, but I think pull start is a little bit more rewarding, because you actually have to work to actually get the thing started. So yeah, head is still nice and shiny even after a few crashes, so that's pretty cool. Tires, these are off of my original 8T. You can tell because they're worn down a little bit. These came off of the ones from my electric conversion, just because I needed some tires just to run on the street, and I didn't want to ruin the nice new ones that came with it. So yeah, moving on to the other side, got the radio tray, hump pack, 5-cell, 1600 milliamp hour battery pack, works great. We got the throttle and brake setup right here. I'm actually going to try to get in some more light here and actually try to put one of my lamps towards it. There we go. Yeah, I've been dropping like a whole bunch of shit on my desk, so I don't really care. As you guys can see in there, you can see a little bit more clearly now. These are the brakes over here. They engage whenever the throttle servo moves this way. Brakes engaged, car can't move. And as you guys can see, there's a little bits of spray paint on there, but it's fine. And that's what happens whenever you engage throttle. The carburetor will open, it'll let fuel into the carburetor, and it'll drive the car. So receiver system is the same one for this DX2E radio. I will be replacing this, guys. I don't plan on keeping this thing for long. I'm gonna move on to that thing. So putting my lamp back up, how it usually is. Servos, one of them I'm definitely going to be keeping it. It's this one right here. This servo has plenty of torque, and I've seen a few good reviews on it. I can't really find this servo particularly, so I hope that that this servo, the steering one, will last for a while, because it seems to have a lot of torque and it just works really nice. But in case it does burn out, I have more. So, and we have an S605 throttle servo, which, to be completely honest, guys, this throttle servo is almost nothing. I mean, it's so slow, and it's a little bit of torque, but not a whole lot. And I've burned one of these servos. I've burned actually four total of these S605 servos, just because they're so bad. But you know, maybe I'll get lucky with this one. Hopefully I'll get lucky, so I don't have to replace it as soon as I put it on the track. But you know, who knows? We'll see where it gets, and if it burns out, I'll have to replace it with most likely with a really fast Servos one, so I can get as much throttle response as possible, because that's what I like with my throttle stuff. So plans for the future of this thing, long term, I probably won't be upgrading this thing very much. I think like the most I'm actually going to do to it is replace these shocks, and that's it. I may replace the shock towers, but most likely not, just because the ones on my electric 8, which is literally the same car except it's electric, you know, they didn't really bend that much, and I have a feeling that the same's gonna have to be here. So yeah, I think the shock towers are gonna be fine. Chassis, this is the same kind of material used for the shock towers. I'm gonna keep it like that, honestly, just cause. So yeah, not really that many TLR upgrades are gonna happen on this thing. I might get the lower engine mounts, but I'm not sure yet. Really not sure yet. I also might later replace the exhaust, just because the exhaust system on this thing, if it keeps breaking down and stuff, because I mean, on my last one, the gasket actually tore up, and I'm getting a new exhaust because of that for my buggy actually. So yeah, and that's all I really got for this thing, guys. I cannot wait to run this thing on a track. This thing, I mean, some people might be like, RTR, oh my god, why are you having RTR? I want to make a video all about this, but the reason why I buy RTR instead of a kit, and don't get me wrong, guys, like I know the kit has a ton of great features and stuff. Not only is it the money for me, I just feel that like these things, you know, I'm not too serious about nitro chuggy racing, like at all. I'm not really that. I haven't even considered anything about nitro chuggy racing, but it's just the fact that these things are cheaper, and I'm probably not going to be getting into nitro racing. Well, very serious. I won't be seriously nitro racing. Whenever I want to do a serious race class, I usually will upgrade like a lot of it, like this Chuggy here. I'm very serious with this thing. This thing hasn't won any races yet, but it's hopefully will one day, because I've done so much to it. I really like it. This thing, I feel like it'll be fun, but I don't see myself spending a whole bunch of money on this thing, because you guys get what I mean. Like, it's like I would totally go for the kit, because I don't actually have a problem with building kits. Like I seriously don't, because I actually have built TLR 4.0, the buggy, the electric one, for my dad, because he said he wants to start racing with me, and he didn't want to go with the crappy quote ready to run. So yeah, he just went for the kit. And another reason, just I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. Another reason why I get RTRs is because these ones particularly, they keep everything interesting. So all the parts basically are interchangeable with the TLR spec ones, so like shocks, shock towers, hinge pin braces, you know, chassis. They're all interchangeable. So whenever I want to upgrade those, I can just upgrade them and keep going, knowing that I can make this thing even better. But I don't know, it's just the kit, it just seems so boring like that. Everything's already there, it's perfect. it doesn't keep it interesting for me. But that's just my take on it. You guys take that what you want. So thanks for watching, guys. I hopefully will be driving this thing on a track. And whenever I do put it on the track, I will take off these tires and put on the stock ones, the ones that are still good, the shiny ones, you know. So thanks for watching, guys. Once again, I'll see you guys later. Bye.